We are live. It's Christmas, people. We got a bit of Elvis. We got a little Christmas cat. Who's there? Knock, 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 knock to the world. Hello, everybody. Woo! Elvis getting us in the mood there for this afternoon's conversation. Hello, everyone. Hello, Jules. Good afternoon to you, sweet, sweet lady. We are live. Marcella Pepini was sadly called away on some extremely important last-minute Pepini business. She's just an international woman of mystery, so I'm afraid you're stuck with me. But I have a theme for this afternoon. And that theme is Christmas bests and Christmas worsts. So I want to hear this afternoon about all of those brilliant Christmases you've had where everything went right, nobody got cross and ran away with a bottle of gin, much like Pepini's jilted video. The Christmases where all of your carols were in tune, none of the turkey was dry. The Christmases where the roast potatoes were perfect, like little armadillo potato-y warriors crackling away on the side of your plate. But I also want to hear about the Christmas worsts, when everything went wrong. Tell me about the turkey going up in flame, Auntie Eileen kicking over the table in disgust at the lack of gravy, or, you know, all those sorts of things, really. Christmas bests, best films, best music, worst films, worst music. Tell me all. I need you here to participate with me this afternoon. So Jules has already said good afternoon. Hello, lovely Jules. Joshua Kane, happy Thursday, and happy Thursday to you. Matty, darling Matty, hello. Thank you for my lovely hearts. What do you think of my festive cat ears? I've just done a bit of a crazy sort of Zoom birthday video for someone. It required ears for whatever reason, and I thought maybe you'd quite enjoy them too. Darling Jean, hello, sweetheart. Derek Justman, hello, Derek. Hi, Kate, so glad to see you. Thanks again for a wonderful Saturday show, and hope Emma had a fabulous birthday. Emma's birthday is actually on the 23rd of December, so it is yet to come, and I know she is preparing for it with all sorts of glitz and glamour. Guess she said it best when you were Kim Kardashian ×3 last Saturday. Yes, I think my favourite moment of all last Saturday was Emma coming undone. And me not really being able to do anything about it, because I am but one woman, and I can't do anything more to overcome the laws of gravity. But still, I think she looked fabulous, and I think that was an early Christmas present for you all. Norella, Khalid, hello, darling. Jules, best was the first with my dear wife. So that's your best Christmas, your first Christmas with your dear wife. Jules, tell me more. Why was it so good? Apart from the obvious, apart from the romantic obvious of all of that. Hello, darling Kevin. Hello, Ian. Lovely to have you all here with me this afternoon. If you missed my little topic for this afternoon, it is Christmas bests and Christmas worsts. Give me some of your highlights and your lowlights. My inspiration for this little chat this afternoon, I was sent this very funny video by a very dear friend of mine, which was, I think, an American nativity, a video, like home video footage of an American nativity. I think they must have been in little school. And they were all sat around the manger, Mary and Joseph, and everyone was singing really nicely, and Christmas was beautiful. And then suddenly one girl decides to get up and take the baby Jesus. And then Mary gets protective and comes in and starts wrestling this little baby doll from the other character. And then all chaos descends. All of these little kids start getting up, trashing the manger scene. And it just made me think, you know, this is how most Christmases probably end up. You know, they start out with those good intentions and everyone behaving really well. Then someone gets drunk or cross or both, you know, and then all hell kicks off. And I sort of want to hear about your examples of all the good and all or the bad? Can't really think what my worst Christmases might have been when I was a little bit younger, and bless them, when my parents divorced, I was quite little, and they both shared us on Christmas Day. So they would try and sort of give us 2 Christmas meals, and, you know, to prove that everything was fine, they'd spend all this time cooking it beautifully. And I remember just not really being able to cope with all the food and having to go, so then I got really sad. So it's probably an example of a bad Christmas. Best Christmas, I'm going to have to think about that and come back to you. Kelvin, hello, Kate. Hello, gorgeous Kate. Hello, Kelvin. So it's over to you, people. I need to hear about your Christmas bests, Christmas worsts. What's your favourite Christmas movie or your favourite Christmas music apart from the Papini sisters? And Michael Bublé also did a pretty good album, I think, which we're very lucky to be a part of. But yeah, those 2 can definitely be in the top music categories. Hello, darling Linda. It's lovely to see you, my sweet. Christmas bests, Christmas worsts. I need you to come in and help me out a little bit on this. Tell me what you've got planned for this year, because that's the other thing. This year is going to be fairly different for everybody. So maybe you're scrapping your usual Christmas plans and you're doing something totally different. In which case, what new traditions are you aiming to start? And what old traditions are you saying goodbye to? Jules says her download of the gig has just arrived. You were all brilliant. That's really kind, Jules. It was a laugh, wasn't it? It was a bit cray-cray. It was a bit crazy. It's quite stressful in the studio, but I think we all managed to have fun nonetheless. And if we got you in the Christmas spirit, that's the most important thing. Jean saying, keeping up all the different Christmas traditions that we have, setting up the outdoor lights and decorations indoors, roasting chestnuts. My Christmases are always good because we always make a huge effort. Jean, that sounds amazing. So who, lovely Jean, are you spending Christmas with? Who's we? And when you roast your chestnuts, what do you do with them? Put them in a pan? Would you put them in the oven? Usually do a little crisscross on the top, put them in the oven. It's always hard to know when they're done, really, isn't it? But we're definitely going to be having a chestnut stuffing this year. I mean, what we're going to cook really depends on what my lovely butcher husband can bring home on Christmas Eve. So we're planning for a turkey, but we've done some things with a goose, all above board, I might add. But I was thinking a nice chestnut and orange peel stuffing might be really nice. Any other ideas for bird-related stuffing? Go ahead, let me know. Kevin says, my favourite Christmas track, apart from the obvious, has to be Kate Bush's December Will Be Magic Again. Wonderfully bonkers and suitably festive at the same time. Kevin, I've never heard it. I can't believe it. I love that I learned so much from you guys. That is going on my Christmas playlist. I will take a listen after this. Derek, I can't come up with a Christmas worst myself to share, but I can mention my most exciting from back in high school when I was in a marching band playing flute. This one time at band camp. And the day after Christmas, we flew to London to play the New Year's parade, back when it was called the Lord Mayor of Westminster's Big Parade. Any idea what the London parade will be like this year, if any? I didn't even know that went ahead. I know that my dad's been for dinners at the Lord Mayor's house, but I didn't know there was a parade. So that is amazing. Derek, that is one heck of a feat that you came all the way over to do that. That's just absolutely brilliant. So you play the flute. Do you still play the flute? Derek, are you going to be getting the flute out for a little festive flaunt? Oh, I like it. Jules Barber is saying, lovely Jules, Jean's house is like Santa's grotto. I can only imagine. Has the picture gone up on the Papini Parlour? I was going to check the Papini Parlour before I started, but I got a little bit embroiled in my ears, which I think I just might keep. I mean, I quite like wearing my hair in the little mini buns anyway, but I think it sort of offsets my general feline demeanour quite well. What do you think? Should I keep the ears? That'll be good. Jules, I've certainly seen Jean's Halloween efforts at home, so I can only imagine how spectacular the Christmas efforts are going to be. I know that Jean's also got a lot of wonderful festive clothing finery going on. So Jean, I'm sort of imagining there's a different outfit for each day. Is that right? Get up each morning and think, which Christmas skirt shall I put on? I think I might try and dress up for Christmas this year, even if it's not just the little ears. I think that would be quite fun. Peter Garrett, best bit of Christmas. Last day at work before freedom. Was that a little bit of a Braveheart moment going on there? So when will your last day of work be, Peter, before freedom? Although I imagine this year it is a bit weird because not everyone's been able to go into work. So maybe they've been stuck at home in their pajamas eating chocolate for most of the year. You know, that was usually an activity reserved mainly for Christmas. But I think quite a lot of people have found themselves in a position where that's been happening a lot more. Certainly true for this household at times in between all the mad jogging and running to try and run off all the chocolate. Derek Justman chuckling at the American Pie reference. Yes, you got it. Thank you. And yes, I'm still playing flute along with tenor sax. Woohoo! At jazz jams in my area. Derek, where are you based again? Looking forward to those eventually returning. And yes, I have been breaking out those festive tunes. Tell me what you've been listening to. I have a fantastic Christmas playlist. If anyone's interested, I will put that up. Oh, that's just reminded me that I need to get back to some of your DMs asking me about my very rude George Michael joke, which I will share that with you at some point before Christmas. Don't you worry. Derek, yeah, hoping the jazz jams and things like that. Crikey, I think it'll probably be the last thing that comes back. But I have a friend who has designed a sort of booth that goes around a microphone stand. So it's like a plastic shield, basically. They use them in studios quite a lot, but it's like a spit guard. So if you wanted to go and get a gig, you could say to them, well, I'm COVID. COVID's the cure. So maybe we can start some kind of international selling wave. These amazing COVID cubes. And we can get going with the gigs and the jams. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Peter says his last day was today. Peter, I'm so happy to hear that. So have a wonderful festive time from here. What's the first plan? Big long walk, movie marathon, best Christmas movie. Tell me what you're going to do. Jules, my very best Christmas as a child was my first nativity play. I have been stage struck ever since. Now they have to drag me off. There was me thinking you were saying I've been struck down with stage fright, but I should have known better, Jules. It's not your thing. Take me to the stage. Give me the stage. That's all you want. Sounds good, Jules. Who were you in the nativity play? Were you Mary? Or maybe the Northern Star, the bright star? Or the angel, one of the angels? I've always thought I'd quite like to have been the donkey, but it was never available to me. In fact, my very first solo song was singing Once in Royal David City at my junior school when I was probably 6 or 7. So my mother's best friend, Dorothy, who is wonderful, a very dear family friend, she was my teacher at school. And she came up to me one break time and said, so Kate, I need to find somebody to sing the solo for Once in Royal David City. Will you do it? And I was all sort of shy, nervous, and I said, oh, no, I can't do that. She very cleverly tricked me into doing it by saying, oh, don't worry, I'll just ask your best friend to do it. And I was like, no, it's fine, I'll do it. So really, I have Dorothy to thank for my entire career. Actually, I think, just rewind, I still have Dorothy to thank for my entire career. But rewinding to my comment that was my first solo, it wasn't. I think my first solo was a little younger than that, and I sang a Christmas song about snowflakes, which went, snowflakes, snowflakes, such a pretty sight. Snowflakes, snowflakes, they paint the world so white. Snowflakes, snowflakes, on my window pane. And I can't remember the last line. Maybe I wouldn't get the gig again. Calvin, yes, this is what I like to hear. Worst Christmas. Oh no, I should have spoke too soon. Was when Mum fell over Christmas morning. No, spent all day up in hospital because she broke her wrist. Kelvin, that's really sad. Poor mummy. I hope she was okay. That reminds me, my dear late grandmother, Philly. When my granddad died, she was on her own for 4 or 5, maybe 6 or 7 years before she sadly passed away. But she would come down to Christmas to stay with my uncle or my dad or one of us at Christmas each year, and she was in Salisbury. And she would have her usual routine. She had her presents all wrapped. They'd be sat in the hall for the last week before she came down to see us on the train. And one Christmas, she was due to leave the next morning, went for a drink at her next door neighbour's house, said that she'd only had one drink, and I do still to this day believe that was probably the case. But unfortunately, she tripped over the sort of flying buttress type, it's a weird buttress in between the two houses, stacked it and broke her hip, poor love. I was really sad. My poor uncle had to go to pick her up and said it was so tragic because she'd been rushed to hospital in an ambulance. And he walked into her house, all the presents were there, and she spent all Christmas in a hospital with her broken hip. Poor Philly. So yes, sorry to hear that, Kelvin. I'm sure she's fine now. I hope she was okay. Derek, forgot to mention the band trip for the New Year's parade was my first and only time I went to the UK. I live in Chicago, in the Windy City. I remember doing a gig in Chicago where all the electricity went out of the venue that we were due to sing in, and we had to be moved. There was a wonderful bunch of lovely World War II sort of recreationalist fans that we still know very well on Facebook. They were all there. They helped us move to a different venue in Chicago. I've got really good memories of Chicago. Derek, what did you think of the UK, and how old were you then? You said you were at school, were you? High school. So you must have been a teenager. Were you a naughty teenager? Who knows? What did you do when you were in the UK? Did you like it? Is there a reason you haven't come back? Did you just hate it, maybe? I don't know. Peter Garrett, another good bit, going on the Christmas shopping trip to London. Yeah, that's a real tradition for some people, isn't it? And it's a real shame that, well, it's probably not so much of a tradition this year. I mean, there were lots of photographs of Regent Street, our main shopping street, looking quite full. But I think if you take a photo, it's like those pictures of the beaches down our way in the west during the summer. You take a picture of a crowded beach from a certain angle, it can look really busy, and perhaps that was the same thing with Regent Street. Maybe people weren't dashing out to the shops. But yeah, that's sadly a tradition that probably isn't being done so much this year. And going up to see shows and things, that's another tradition that people come into London town for. Jean says about her chestnuts. I roast them on the top of the wood burner. Oh, do you? And you and we have the same wood burner. You've got that ring in the middle. We were thinking of getting a kettle, maybe trying to toast some crumpets. Actually, I think I did that. I think the husband did mention about doing some chestnuts, so maybe we should do that. So you put them in a pan. This year will be just me on my own. This year, especially as I had COVID-19 a couple of months ago. My sister and her kids have tested positive, so they won't be coming over here as usual. I'm really sorry to hear that. I do hope everyone's okay. But normally we play family games during the day. Yeah, I think that's a really nice sort of way of doing things. You know, obviously it's lovely to sit in front of the telly and watch some Christmas movies as well. But we try to sort of limit our Christmas watching, well, generally TV watching. We don't have a TV that's connected to an aerial. We just play DVDs. So we've saved up some fun Christmas film DVDs to watch over Christmas. But I think it's really nice to play some board games. We play Cluedo a lot. We have a Sherlock Holmes board game. We've just bought the little tiny boy who's 9 the game of life to try and teach him a little bit about saving and spending. Although we were concerned that it was a bit of a capitalist game, a bit of a capitalist mantra. But at the same time, I think it's important to instill a sense of financial security and independence within the small, tiny generations. So there's also, we were looking up, instead of the game of life, there's also a game called the game of the good life. And I think it's about being self-sufficient, and you can sort of trade bales of hay and animals and things like that, like sell your crops, which sounded quite cool. But I think it was, I think we decided in the end that maybe as we are living in a vastly capitalist world, where it's all about spending to accumulate, accumulating to spend. Maybe we just needed to teach those sorts of values. So yes, blah, blah, blah. Family board games it is. Exploding Kittens is another excellent game. If any of you haven't heard of it, it's a card game. You have to avoid picking up the exploding kitten card at all costs. It's good fun. Thoroughly recommend it. Linda, darling, can't get together with all my relatives this year. Usually 30 of us. So it's going to be very different. Better to be safe. Could not agree more, Linda. 30 of you? Where the Jiminy Cricket do you all convene? And who is cooking? Do you do a sort of, what's it called? Potluck, is it? Where you all bring your own food? Is that what you do? Because, yeah, cooking turkey for 30 people, you just need to have a massive oven, all the sides and everything. So, yeah, so it's going to be a very different Christmas in that respect, I think. Jean says, I put my Christmas decorations video up on the parlour a couple of weeks ago. Clearly, I have been an absent pup. I will have to check out the parlour after this and check out your pictures and your video. Crikey, so technically adept, my love. Kevin, worst Christmas disaster for me was dropping the pile of plates before dishing up for 12 people. Oh, no! And every single one, bar one, ending up in bits on the kitchen floor. We improvised and just managed to find enough plates of varying sizes in the cupboard. Oh, Kevin, that is pretty intense. You spend all that time cooking the meal. And I don't know about you guys, but I am pretty unflappable I'm very organised. So if I plan to the nth degree, my sort of mantra is if you plan anything enough, nothing can go wrong. But of course, that doesn't always work. But I think my resilience, the older I get, gets lower and lower. So it doesn't take much to flap me. But I think dropping the plates would be pretty bad. Because you spend all that time, you've been really organised, got all the food ready, everything's gone well. And then at the last minute, you drop the receptacles. Oh, that sounds really awful. Poor Kevin. I'm sure it was still absolutely delicious. But yes, this was a scar on the old Christmas memory there. Where are we? I just got lost. Derek, thanks, Kate. Yes, I'm willing to order a spit guard from the Papini shop. Maybe we should go into production. A couple of albums I enjoy this time of year. In the Christmas Spirit from our R&B organist, Booker T. Jones, amazing, and the MGs, and the Christmas album from the 1960s surf rock group, The Ventures, who mash up holiday tunes with the hit songs of the time. Fan-blooming-tastic. I love the Phil Spector album as well, The Wall of Noise that he creates. It's just amazing. Jules, I sang carols at the Royal Festival Hall and never wanted to leave. Oh, amazing. So did you do one of those big choral events where the whole audience is the choir? That would have been magnificent. I haven't done Christmas carols, but I've done Fauré's Rec, Mozart's Rec as part of the choir, and it's quite magical, isn't it? It's just, that space and the acoustics in the... this is the Royal Festival Hall. I've done the Royal Albert Hall, but I imagine the Royal Festival Hall would have been equally as brilliant. Fantastic purpose-built venue. Love the South Bank. I think it's one of my favourite areas of London, all concrete and industrial-looking. Wonderful. Sounds great, Jules. Jean, I think the worst part of Christmas for me is trying to keep the 3 elves on the shelves under control. Oops. I mean 2 elves, as the polar bear ate one this morning. Holy macaroni. What happened? Did you come down and there was elf fluff everywhere? Sounds like one heck of a morning for you in your house. Are they particularly badly behaved elves, Jean? Or do they move in the night? Do you have to sort of reorder them, keep the naughty one on his own, tie up his legs or something? Derek, for movies, my favourite is A Christmas Story, since Ralphie's Family reminds me so much of my own growing up. Not to mention the great songs from Bing Crosby and the Andrews Sisters. Impeccable taste. Derek, could not agree with you more. Nothing sings Christmas more than the sound of Mr. Bing and the Andrews Sisters. Jules Barber, love to go to Hamley's in London. Yeah, that's one of my traditions as well. I go and get everybody a little something for their stocking from there. I do a stocking for all members of the family who are present with me in the house at the time, and I expect a stocking back, just so you all know. True altruism doesn't exist, people. You know, you give to receive. It's not true. It is true. It's not true. Brian putting on a Christmas show with the local Lamb Jam group. Amazing. Sadly not happening this year. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. So what sort of shows have you done in the past, Brian? Tell me more. And what was your contribution? Do we have any pantomime dames in the house this evening? That'd be cool. Nikki, McKay, hello, darling. Thank you for the little festive emojis and legged. Derek, Kate, to answer you about the UK, I did behave. Had to because my dad came along as a chaperone. Damn, poor you. That's a shame. And I really enjoyed it. Saw the guard change at Buckingham Palace. Cool. Visited Windsor and Warwick Castles. Side trip to Stratford-upon-Avon, and Dad and I saw Les Mis in the West End for the first time. I've been massive fans of the show since. Derek, that sounds like you did all the things one should do when one goes to London. That's amazing. I've only ever been to Buckingham Palace once, when my dad got an OBE. That was very, very proud day last year. It was really cool to go inside. Amazing operation, very slick. You know what they're doing to those Windsors. Obviously, we met Prince Charles behind the scenes at the Royal Variety Show. I think I showed this little picture a couple of weeks ago. That's the Papini sisters meeting Prince Charles with the light reflecting off the boobs, cleavage, his bald spot there. It was very fun. I haven't been to Windsor, I haven't been to Warwick, I haven't been to Stratford-upon-Avon. Can you believe this? I've been to the Globe and I haven't seen Les Mis. So you, Derek, have done London way better than I have. I lived there for years. Maybe I needed more people to come and stay, so we had to go and do the more London-y things. Kevin, it was delicious, if I do say so myself. I think this was pre-plate dropping. Thankfully, my other half's niece managed to calm me down. I had dinner on a plastic Mickey Mouse plate that year. Screams Christmas. Dining from Mickey. Amazing. Kelly wishes me a very happy Christmas. Thank you very much, Kelly, and a very happy Christmas to you too, darling. Linda, we figure out what each person will bring. 2 cousins cook the turkey and lamb. Ooh, of course, because you're Greek. One makes stuffed grape leaves, Greek food. Oh, love it. Is that the same as vine leaves? With the rice and the mint inside? I think it's actually cooked in sort of, no, it's olive oil, isn't it? It's like an olive oil sort of liquor. Some make Greek sweets and the list of food goes on. So what are Greek sweets? Tell me more. This sounds absolutely delicious. So you do a conventional sort of turkey dinner, and then the lamb, is that sort of Greek style as well? Do you do a meze type thing, or is it all traditional? Tell me more. You know I love talking about food. Jean, I caught the polar bear eating it. What? A naughty polar bear. I will put the picture on the parlour. Yes, please, and I will check it out. The other 2 sat quietly this afternoon and listened to me reading "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." Normally they are very badly behaved. It sounds to me, Jean, like it's a very positive thing that you're talking to your Christmas ornaments. Think of this challenging, trying time. One has to keep sane, even in the most insane of ways. We've told you many times about the story of Marcella's sister being alone in their villa, Papini Villa up in the Bolognese hills, having arguments with the jars of capers to keep herself sane. And I think it's an extraordinarily good idea. So keep it going. Make sure you keep that polar bear in line. Sounds like he's being very naughty. Jules, one of my favourite Christmas songs is River by Joni Mitchell. Totally agree, Jules. And I heard a Radio 4 programme, I think it must have been last year. It's called, I can't remember what it's called. You might be able to help me. But it's a half-an-hour programme where they talk about a song, and then they have interviews with people who talk about why that song means something to them. And there are lots of different stories about that song. And that song, River by Joni Mitchell, she wrote it when she was in bed with polio as a younger lady. And the line is, I wish I had a river that I could skate away on. And she was, incarcerated, incapacitated in her bed, and she was looking out the window at all the festivities going on, the Christmas festivities, and it was snowing and it was icy. She could see all these people with their ice skates on, and she wished that she could just be anywhere but stuck in bed with polio, obviously. So that's what that song is about, and it's such a sad song in many ways, but it's got that ding, 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 in the beginning. So it is always a little Christmas ditty for me as well. It's lovely. Brian, we did a mix of Xmas songs and songs from the musicals. I think this is the Amtram production. I sang Stars from Les Miserables. Les Miserables. Sounds brilliant, Brian. What do you sing? Are you a tenor then? Are you bass? Sammy, hello, darling Sammy. I've seen Les Mis at least 65 times. Why does that not surprise me, my fabulous showgirl? That sounds amazing. What's your favourite song, Sammy, darling? Jules, thought for a second that was the elves. I thought for a second that it was the elves Jean had put on the wood burner. That would be a really good way to teach them a lesson, wouldn't it? I mean, it would be quite extreme, possibly a little bit of a fire hazard, but it really depends how bad they've been, I suppose. Jimmy, hello, darling Jimmy. I love Madeline Peru's new holiday song, Ha Ha Holidays. I have not heard it, and I will. We love Madeline Peru. She's got a wonderful voice, sort of very Billie Holiday-esque. She was on the same record label as us for a long time. There was a brilliant story about her going AWOL. I think she'd just recorded an album and probably gone on holiday or something. The record company had this whole story about she'd gone missing in action or something. That's all I remember, really. But I loved that album, Dance Me to the End of Love. Is that what it was called? Or the album with that Leonard Cohen marvel on it. She is fabulous. So I will check out her song. Thanks, Jimmy. Kevin, River is a beautiful song. Agreed. Another favourite of mine is Marianne Faithfull and the Chieftains version of I Saw Three Ships. Yes, I think I know that. I should have to put that on my Christmas playlist as well. Hello, darling William. Janice Siegel does a gorgeous version of River as well. I shall have to check it out. The inimitable Janice Siegel, one of our all-time favourites. My lovely people, I have to say that this is our last Bobini live stream of 2020. Marcella and I will be resuming on Thursday, the 7th of January. I will be doing every other week, and Marcella will be hosting something probably in between each of those weeks. She's migrating her, is it Tuesdays with Marcella, to Thursday. So you'll be seeing us only once a week as of 2021. I'm going to leave you now, unless there are more, or there's more comments. I will continue to read the comments. Brian says he's a tenor, loved doing the musicals, South Pacific, and me and my girl were best. Fabulous. Sounds amazing. Well, I hope you're going to be doing some fantabulous tenor carol singing this year. I think even though there's less of us getting together, let's still try and get around the piano and do those wonderful Christmas carols. William Mann saying, thank goodness, bring on 2021. This was the longest March ever. Yeah. I know what you mean. It's been a crazy, crazy year. And I really hope that you guys all stay safe. Sending you so much love. Thank you for all your support, your continued support for the Papini sisters. We really couldn't do it without you all. You're so committed and you're so loyal. And even when we have technical difficulties, you're all still there being positive. And it really, really, really means the world. Wishing you a very, very Merry Christmas. Linda's saying Merry Christmas to you. Jules, oh no, Merry Christmas to you, Kate. I think that means oh no, because you won't be seeing us maybe. Jane, have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Kevin, Merry Christmas. Johnny Chadwick, you made it just in time, darling. I was asking about Christmas bests and Christmas worsts. So if you have anything to contribute, get in there quickly. Jimmy says he's been obscenely busy this year. Sold 350 gingerbread cookies so far. That's amazing. Post some pictures on the parlour, please, Jimmy. We'd love to see them. Brian's wishing me all the best, and the same to you, Brian. Matty, darling, best of times to you, Marcella and Emma. Thank you very much. If you want to wish Emma a happy birthday, hers is on the 23rd. And Marcella's, I can never remember which date Marcella's is. I think Marcella's is it the 21st? Hang on. 21st. Ooh, which one's Marcella's? Wait a minute. Marcella birthday. Hang on. There it is. 20th. Marcella's the 20th. Maria's the 23rd. If you want to wish them happy birthday nearer the time, I'm sure they'd really like that, because it's a weird year to be celebrating anything. But Emma was 30 this year, and I think she's feeling a little confined and a little sad. But there's lots of treats in store for her. Chuck Felita. Hello, Chuck. Kevin Max's Holy Night is a favourite. Not sure if you know who Kevin Max is. I do not. Who's Kevin Max? But I love the song Oh Holy Night. It's my husband and I were talking about this the other day because we were watching Home Alone, and there's that scene where he goes into the church and the choir is singing Oh Holy Night, and it's such an unusual song. The way that it's constructed, the way that it's written is really, really unusual. But it's one of those songs. It builds to such an amazing climax. It always gives me goosebumps, and I love singing it myself. I remember singing it in a church. There's a venue in London called the Union Chapel, which is a wonderful venue. And the girls and I have done the show there a few years in a row. And I remember having an orchestra with us, and we sang Oh Holy Night, and I was like, really emotional and getting goosebumps. I was thinking, I'm getting goosebumps at myself singing, but I justified it because there were lots of other people on stage too. But yeah, it's a wonderful song. Sammy, love you, Kate. Love you too, darling Sammy. Have a fabulous Christmas and New Year. Give those kitty cats a big festive squeeze from me. We've just bought our kitty cats some Christmas treats. They look like they got really nice proper food. The husband went to buy them some delicious treats for Christmas. So you give all of those lovely cats of yours a cuddle too. And lots of love to the rest of your family, Sammy. I've lost again. Peter, season's greetings to all. Let's hope 2021 is better. Let's hope for a less globally fraught 2021. Hey, it's been a year of immense shift and change and limitations and anguish and heartbreak. And we must rise like a phoenix from the ashes, and hold out the hope that 2021 is going to be so much bloody better. Derek, great seeing you. Kate, Merry Christmas to you, your family, Marcella and Emma. Thank you very much. Derek, and to you. Talk to you in 2021. Chuck, Fadita again. Merry Christmas, ladies. Thank you, darling. Merry Christmas to you. William, we bought a new house and we're supposed to move into it by December, but we decided wait until 2021. I think sometimes you can cram quite a lot into before Christmas and actually just enjoy where you're at. Take each day as it comes and move into a fabulous new house and start the year with a bang, 2021. Sammy, you're absolutely right. Marcella's birthday is on the 20th. Faye, hello, gorgeous Faye. Merry Christmas to you. Have a great Christmas. Sending massive love to you and to Hannah and all the Marshalls up in North. And I hope you get some snow. Lots of love, Faye. Brian is confirming Marcella's on the 20th. Jerome Centino, I like your songs. Thank you very much. That's very kind. Jennifer Johnson, Merry Christmas to you. Katrine is also confirming it's the 20th. Thank you. Matthew, hello Matthew. Merry Christmas from France. And the very best for 2021, and to you, sweetie. Jean has already sent both Marcella and Emma birthday and Christmas cards because you're a total sweetheart. Thank you very much. They will really appreciate that. That means a lot. Union Chapel is a wonderful venue. Jules confirmed. Damn right. Eric is saying lovely earrings. I mean, they keep me busy. They keep my neck busy trying to remain upright. It's good neck exercise. Thank you. Chuck sending me a heart. Lovely heart to you. Jennifer says, I'll get my kitty a mouse. A real one? Oh, maybe not. Maybe a fake one. James is wishing me a very Merry Christmas. Very Merry Christmas to you, James. Signing off for now, everybody. Happy Christmas. Take very good care of yourselves and of everyone else around you. James is saying, thank you very much. The Christmas show was great. Oh, trying to... Jimmy's saying, have you heard Anna Gastier's holiday album? She's so funny and talented. I don't know if I've said that right. But no, I haven't, Jimmy, and I will check it out. William saying the earrings are keeping my shoulders dusted. Damn right, they do get dusty. It's all the dead brain cells from my brain. Because They replenish. It's fine. It's a bit of a weird way to end. But yeah. Anyway, love you all. Happy Christmas. Here's to a very happy 2021. Take very good care. Ciao, ciao for now. Bye.